Friends, it's Augie. Welcome to another edition of Augie's Running Club. It's another great running store today. It's Tuesday. It's Turned Up Tuesday, up-tempo dance music, and a really fun run. So let's get this thing started. Go ahead and get moving as we normally do. I'm going to start up my treadmill and get going to a nice, easy recovery pace. I'm going to get our music cranking away here in a second. Music in the headphones. Hopefully that means that you can hear it as well. If you are here for the first time, you are absolutely welcome. I don't mean like you're welcome, you're about to experience something awesome, which you are, but welcome. You're welcome here. So I'm Augie, I'm your host, I'm your coach, I'm your DJ, leading you through this little experience here. And at the start of every one of these workouts, I just lost my workout towel there, which will happen quite often. I like to do a little bit of an FAQ at the beginning of every one of these workouts, or the podcast, whatever word I'm going to tend to use to describe it here today. I like to take you through every frequently asked question just to make sure that you know what this is and what you can expect. So, number one, what is this? This is a follow-along podcast. It's available both on audio as well as video, and all of the major media channels that you can imagine. I won't go through all of them. But if you know where to find podcasts, you can find this anytime, as well as all of our videos and all the video channels. But what I'm going to do in each one of these podcasts is take you through different running routines that are all focused on helping you improve get stronger, get faster if you want to, more importantly, get healthier, feel better. And there's a really unique way that we go about doing this that I'll tell you a whole lot more about in just a second. So that's what this is. Now, really important question. Who's it for? This is for anybody out there who wants to use running to make a positive change in your life. So that positive change could be, you've always had this bucket list item of doing a marathon one day. Or, that positive change might be that you just want to feel better about yourself. Maybe that positive change is you want to lose some weight, you want to feel healthier. Doesn't matter what it is. If you have some sort of positive change in mind and you've identified running or fitness as a means to help you do that, this is for you. And I share that with you because the reason I'm doing that is because I found myself in that position many times throughout my life, but especially as a teenager, feeling really stuck and really alone, was significantly overweight, dealing with health issues, dealing with mental health issues related to depression, anxiety, you name it. In a lot of ways, I just felt alone. And at that time, as a blessing, running kind of came into my life as something that became my meditation, my therapy, as well as, a means to improve my physical wellness also. And it's literally changed my life, saved my life in so many different ways, now that I've been doing it for 20 plus years now. And I recognize that if there was one thing that I wish would have been a little bit different in my path, in my journey, is that I wish that I knew that I wasn't alone in that challenge that I experienced. I wish that I knew there was more people out there that was going through the exact same thing that I was going through. And that there were people out there that probably would have supported me and that I probably could have bonded with in a practice like this to help make it through together. It would have made things a lot easier. So that's what this is for. That's who it's for. That's why I'm doing it, is I want to create something that brings people together in a supportive way. I've learned in the last 20 years that running is not always the most, I wouldn't say welcoming, but it can be intimidating. I know that when I first started, and even still now, I feel like I'm not that prototypical runner. I'm not super fast. Haven't always been super fit. I haven't had that body type that I thought you had to have to be a real runner. And I'm trying to turn all of that on its head with this particular club and make it something that is open and welcoming no matter where you are in terms of your journey. This is something that you can come into, feel welcomed, feel supported, feel accepted, and to watch yourself get better and better and better over time as well. So here's how it works. We've got 5 minutes before we're going to get into the core of our workout. every single workout that we do, there's a new one Monday through Friday. They're all a little bit different. They'll feature a different music theme. They all start with this 10-minute warm-up that we're doing right now. They're all going to end with a 5-minute cool down, but it's the 30 minutes in between where things get really fun. And I'll throw some different variations of time and intensity into the mix that will really focus on improving your overall conditioning in different ways. So some of these workouts are going to focus on helping you improve your speed, getting faster. Some of them are going to focus on improving your overall endurance and your conditioning so that you can run for a longer period of time, and every kind of combination of both. So you're going to hear me refer to different levels of intensity throughout the core of today's workout, and there's 5 of them. So these correspond to 5 of your typical heart rate zones. So if you have a heart rate monitor, even an Apple Watch, highly recommend that you use that as part of this overall workout regimen. But it's all about focusing in the intensity level. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, how far you're going during each workout. It matters that you're getting into that intensity level and you're conditioning your body to really focus on that key thing that we're targeting in that particular workout. So today, as an example, is Turned Up Tuesday. We bring it with some up-tempo dance music, and it's what's called a tempo workout. So what that really focuses on is a combination of both speed and endurance. So the core of this 30 minutes that we're about to hit in about 3.5 more minutes, the core of today's workout is all about getting your heart rate, your intensity for the block of that 30 minutes of time. We're trying to go as fast as we can or as intense as we can for that entire time. So it's definitely a challenge, but this is how you build that endurance. This is how you can run faster for a longer period of time. And this is why we feature this type of run every single Tuesday, because it's a really critical factor in terms of improving your overall conditioning. So today's exact version, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run at level 4 intensity, which I call hard level of intensity, where it's gonna be conversational. You should still be able to talk as you go, but it should be in broken sentences. So you should be working pretty hard that entire time. And we're gonna go for about the first 13 minutes or so without stopping, staying in that intensity zone. We're gonna take about a 4-minute break, and the rest of that 30-minute block, we're going right back to it. So if you are watching the video podcast, you'll be able to see, I'll show you on my screen what I'm doing to watch my zones and to make sure that I'm in the proper zone. But let's say you don't have a heart rate monitor and you're kind of wanting to get into this and do it in a simpler way. You do have a monitor within your body that you can listen to. You're going to hear mine on today's run, and that's my breathing. So as we start to get into some of these different zones, if you don't have a heart rate monitor, one thing that you can do is just push your intensity level or back off your intensity level to make sure that your breathing sounds like my breathing. So you'll see what that means as we start to get into this in just a few minutes. So that's the gist of things. I think we covered who this is for, what it is, why I'm doing it, how it works. Thank you again for joining today. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to get really intense here in just about a minute and a half. And the last thing that I always like to give you a heads up about is that throughout today's workout, whether you're listening to audio or watching on video, I always like to tell you guys about some of the things that I use as part of my everyday running routine, things that are tools that I find helpful, and things that you might want to take a look at as well. So the first thing that I always tell you about, the thing that I wear on my wrist if you're watching here on video, this is my heart rate monitors from a company called Whoop. Really cool thing is that it monitors your heart rate 24/7, not just during your activities. And it's been a huge factor of me continuing to push forward my overall wellness. So something we're checking out, WHOOP is Whoop. The second thing, and I'll show you on my screen here, if you are watching the video, is since I do most of my training runs indoors on a treadmill, this is a video game called Zwift. So what you see if you are watching on video is you see my avatar. When I move on the treadmill, it moves my avatar in the game. So I'm surrounded by people all over the world right now in this game, running, cycling, just like you, they showed up to improve their life today. And it takes treadmill running to a whole new place, makes it a lot more fun, a lot more, a lot less boring. And it also tracks all your metrics at the same time. So another thing you'll hear me talk about over and over and over again. But that's the 10-minute part, so that's our warm-up. The music's going to start to change. I want you to increase your intensity. We're going to work our way up into that level 4 intensity zone. So it's time to pick it up. The music's going to change. Here we go. It's time to get turned up. So you can already see, if you're watching the podcast and following on, my heart rate just already jumped up into that level 4 zone. Came back down right away. And I feel like I'm still warming up. You probably are still too. So let's make sure to give ourselves some time as we're kind of getting into this first block of intensity. And like I said, this first one will be about 13 and a half minutes that we want to keep it going all the way through. So your goal for a tempo run is these long blocks where you're really pushing yourself and that intensity is staying pretty high. Should be working your way into that level 4 zone. Breathing should start to sound a little bit heavy. Hopefully you're hearing that from me as well. All right. Music's gonna start to pick up here. Time to get our dance party going. Here we go. The only thing that I'm paying attention to right now is to make sure I'm in my level 4 zone. Starting to feel hard. Starting to be a little bit more difficult to talk. Not paying attention to how fast I'm going. Not paying attention to anything else. Getting into the zone, doing the work. That's all that matters. That's what I want you to be doing right now too. Let's go. little more intensity. Make sure you stay in that zone. Yeah, and I can tell right now, good reminder why we train this way. I went pretty hard yesterday in not only the run, but another workout after that. And I can see from my data that I'm into my level 4 zone, but I'm not running as fast as I might expect to have a heart rate at that level. And that just shows that your body is constantly adapting, adjusting. All of our bodies are different to begin with. So if you're going out and just trying to train every single day or every single run, forcing yourself to run a certain pace, I don't know if you're really listening to your body. Maybe your body's not ready for it. I'm looking at my numbers today, thinking maybe my body just isn't ready to go as fast as maybe I did last week. And that's okay. It's about just showing up, getting into that zone, getting that training in, listening to your body, using these amazing metrics that we now have, and being smart about it, and just making continuous little improvements week over week. All right, I'm kind of seeing that, and I see this once in a while too. My heart rate dropped down to that level 3 yellow zone, which is kind of what happens after you get a little bit better warmed up. Your body kind of realizes, oh, I get what's going on here, and it starts to acclimate. So what that means is it kind of gives me the green light to push it a little bit to make sure I stay in that level 4 zone. So I'm going to increase my pace a little bit here. Now that my body's giving me the green light, it's time to go. It's time to go to work. Get back into that orange level 4 zone. So you can probably already hear my breathing is starting to sound a little different. It's harder for me to talk. That's what you should be experiencing as well. When we're in this zone, level 4, it's about broken sentences. It should be hard to put together long sentences. If it's not, you gotta push it a little bit more. If you can't talk at all, you gotta back it off. All right, I got back into my level 4 orange zone.
Come on now. Wherever you are right now, whether you're outside, on a trail, on a treadmill, you gotta be pushing yourself right now. You can hear my breath. You can hear how shallow it is. This is what you need to sound like. Have a conversation. Talk back to me. If you're too clear, you're not pushing hard enough. We got about 3 minutes left in this first block. Come on, right now. You're crushing it right now. Give me one last song right here, and then you're gonna take a break. Don't let yourself stop. Stay in this zone. This is where the gains are made. This is where you get stronger. This is where you get faster. This is where you improve your endurance. Come on now. Come on, I know it's hard. It should be hard. Come on. There you go. Take your break. Woo. How you feeling? So you got this whole next song to calm it down a little bit. Catch your breath. Recover, get that heart rate down into definitely level 3 zone, maybe even get it down to level 2. And if you're struggling to breathe, do one of these for me. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just like at yoga. You ever been to yoga? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice work. All right, so if you use me as an example, I've slowed my pace my intensity way down. Heart rate has come back down into that green zone, so that's level 2. That's where you should be able to get to. If you're struggling to catch your breath, a couple more of those really deep inhales. Exhale, open mouth. Release that heat, release that energy. So you just put in a block at pretty intense pace of almost 14 minutes. That's awesome. We got this little break right here, and all we got to do is come back and do that one more time. So when I give you the cue, we're doing the exact same thing. And I don't want you to leave anything behind. Really push yourself in this next block. If you barely got into level 4 last time, I want you right smack dab in the middle of it this time. So if you got a heart rate monitor, I want you pushing yourself into that orange zone. Don't just tiptoe in it, dive into it. If you don't have one, I want you to listen to my breath. Listen to that rhythm of my breathing. That's what you should be sounding like, so I need you to match me breath for breath. I could care less about how fast you're going. Don't worry about how fast I'm going. Don't worry about the pure numbers that you see from my heart rate. Get in the zone. Let's get in that same place, and we're doing this together. This is where the gains are made. This is how we make progress. Okay, one last cleansing breath here. All right, when this song ends, we're going right back to it. You ready? Let's go. Back to level 4. Come with me now. If you're outside, pick up the pace. If you're on a treadmill, pick up the pace. Pick up the intensity. Let's go. You got 12 minutes left of this, and then we're cooling it down. There we go. Back to level 4. Like I said, get in the middle of it. Let's go. You're doing great. Make sure you're taking some deep breaths along the way. If you need to stop and catch your breath, do it. There's no judgment. I am right there with you. All right, I'm gonna take a 2-minute recovery right here. Woo! Like I told you guys, this is a judgment-free zone. You set your intention at the beginning of the run. You set that target. You get after it. But you also listen. Listen to your body. Tomorrow's another day. You feel yourself getting to that point where there's no more breath left to breathe. Sometimes you just got to back it off. And what I want you to do when you hit those obstacles is just back it off for a minute or two, but don't stop. Walk, crawl, whatever it takes. Just keep moving. Stay here for the entire time. Show up, do the work. That's the only thing I ask. So in 15 seconds, I'm gonna try to finish this thing strong. 5 more minutes left in the block. I'm doing it with you. We're doing this together. Me and you, here we go, 3 seconds. Let's get back to it. Level 4. We got this, come on. There we go. Told you guys this is going to be a dance party. The funnest time of the entire week. We're pushing ourselves. We're having a good time. We're leaving it all out there on the floor. Come on now. Come on. You're right there. Let's go. Three more minutes. You got this. Make sure you're breathing. Come on, deep breath right here. 2 minutes, let's go. Come on, last song. One minute left. Keep that intensity up. You are right there. "30 seconds. You can do anything for 30 seconds. Come on. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. Woo! Slow it down. Whatever you do, keep moving. Heart rate's got to come down. That's what these last 5 minutes are all about. And as you can see, if you use my heart rate in the top left, it's going to take a little while for it to get back to where you started. That's why we use these last 5 minutes to warm down, cool down, whatever word you want to choose. So the hard part is behind us. It is all downhill from here. About 41 minutes into it. How are you feeling? I gotta tell you, I'm feeling pretty amped right now. I'm tired. I know I just pushed myself, but it's energizing. And I hope you're feeling the same way. If you're just getting started, something like this is gonna kick your butt, and you might feel at the end of it you don't have anything left. And that's perfectly normal. But as your body starts to acclimate, you know, they talk about that runner's high thing. When you start to get into this and you do it consistently, I don't know if there's any better feeling in the world. So slowly start to bring that intensity level down. You can see mine is still in the level 3 yellow zone. Got a ways before it'll get down into the green. But really important. I know we're all busy, we got priorities, things to get back to. But if you're doing this follow along workout, definitely do not skip the warm up and do not skip the warm down. Really important, especially with all the work we just did, how intense that got. You gotta allow your body to come back down to earth, kind of recalibrate a bit. So please, this last 5 minutes, make sure you do it consistently. Today, I know the music got turned up. All you guys got turned up. I know I did. We turned that intensity level way, way up today, and you killed it. Great job. Whew. So if you are still new to our club and what we're doing with these podcasts, definitely come check us out again. Today was Tuesday. Like I said, we do one of these runs Monday through Friday. They're usually up and available both in terms of audio and video by 5 a.m. the day of. So this one went live 5 a.m. East Coast time on Monday. Sorry, Tuesday. But what we got left for the rest of the week, this was an intense workout, so on Wednesdays, we slow things down a bit. It's called Hump Day, Bump Day. Really smooth, cruising hip-hop music. And we usually do a rolling hills kind of workout. So we're not doing anything super intense, but we're letting elevation provide some intensity for us. That really focuses on building that strength, that power in our overall level of fitness. On Thursday, if your body's recovered by then, come join us for Throwdown Thursday. It's hard rock music, and it's our most intense workout of the entire week, where, let me get back on camera here so you guys can see me. We're doing a traditional speed workout. So if you've ever run on a track and you're doing laps around the track as fast as you possibly can, that's pretty much what we're doing on Thursdays. And it's gonna get pretty crazy, but it's a lot of fun. And then on Friday, we end the week with Feel Good Friday. Nice, easy acoustic music, kind of like this. And just expressing gratitude for an awesome week behind us. So if you had fun today, do me two quick favors. Come back again this week for another run and bring a friend next time. Tell them all about it. We're in this together. You've been awesome. Definitely go follow us. Check us out on all the different social media channels, podcast channels. I hope to see you again later on this week. Thanks. See you next time. Peace.